Hey, welcome to a brand new day. This is today's Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com, and I'm glad you're here today. We have another great show for you today. The headline of the day is how ignoring things boosted my productivity. So we're going to talk about that, the power of ignoring, but we got a full suite of headlines of the day today. And again, the headline of the day today for the big brands, ripped from the headlines of financial news and information, apply to us entrepreneurs as well. Google and Apple are adding new AI music features to key apps. We're going to touch on that. Uber is earmarking $100 million toward autonomous charging hubs. What does that mean for us? And Wingstop beats Wall Street forecast even as sales slide. Mark Zuckerberg is testifying in federal court on the tech addiction trial, and eBay acquires fashion reseller Depop from Etsy for $1.2 billion. Glad you're here today. Let's dive into it. Today's Rundown with Ramon show brought to you by my friends at Bitdefender. We know that cyber criminals want to attack small business owners and entrepreneurs. It's a lie. It is a lie to think that they just want to attack large businesses. They want to attack you as well. Malware is a real thing. Phishing is a real thing. Hacking is a real thing. Ransomware is a real thing. So I want you to be aware, alert before you click. I want you to think. But I also want you to make sure you download Bitdefender Small Business Security Solutions, Bitdefender Small Business Security Solutions, and I want you to go right now. I want you to check it out at bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com/Ramon. Do that right now, and let's make sure your business is as secure as possible. Welcome to a brand new edition of today's Rundown with Ramon. We're getting ready to go, and the show's going to start right now. Welcome to a brand new day. Welcome to a brand new show. And I must say, Alexandra Nicole is going to join us in about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, give or take. I'm going to get to the headlines of the day today. And I'm so excited. This is the kind of show I've always wanted. Either a show with live people on live video. I've done that before, very similar to the Breakfast Club. We may evolve to that at some point, but everybody has to have the same production and people got to get ready and etc. But calling is nice. People can call in however they wish. And I'm excited. Alexandra Nicole was kind enough to add value to the show, and she'll call in a few minutes. Alexandra, I'll give you a heads up on that, but it's going to be a great show for her to comment on the news of the day today. This is exactly the show that I've always wanted. So let's dive into it. News of the day today, but more important than the news of the day today, what it means to you. And again, Alexandra Nicole, glad you're here today. Let's move forward. Ding, 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 ding. One, your key survival for 2026 is critical ignoring. This is our flagship topic of the day today. I got this from the Wall Street Journal, ripped right from their headlines, and they had this headline that talked about the aspect of critical ignoring. Now, oftentimes, Greg Baker, glad you're here, we know this aspect of critical thinking, and critical thinking is a very important skill to have, where that's the intellectually disciplined process of actively analyzing, synthesizing, and evaluating information to guide belief and action. That comes from the University of Louisville. So this is what it is, this disciplined process of actively analyzing, synthesizing, evaluating information, which is so important. Google AI says that critical aspects of critical thinking are objectivity, questioning and analysis, evaluation, synthesis, and reasoning. So these things are important if we're going to be good critical thinkers. But the Wall Street Journal pushes back and encourages us, are we critically ignoring? And I think this is interesting because I've been overwhelmed with news and tidbits and politics, my own choice. I love politics. I can watch CNN, MS Now, less MS Now, but CNN, MS Now, Fox Business, Fox News all day long. I love the headlines. I love C-SPAN. I love the cable news channels, Fox Business, CNBC. I love it. I can watch it all day long, maybe because I love media. But I'm also realizing in my email box, very similar, is that when I ignore, as I'm whittling down and curating more intentionally my content, maybe my content intake, maybe it's better for me. Not for my mental health, not for my soul, Doris, per se, but more so for my time. I can spend so much time scrolling, and my scrolling admittedly is not so much doom scrolling. It's kind of good scrolling. My feed is full of motivational quotes and TD Jakes and quotes from Michael Jordan or all the things that we may see. My Instagram feed's pretty good, but Maybe it's keeping me away from building my business. Maybe it's keeping me away from spending more time with my wife. Maybe it's keeping me away from remembering to call my daughter, who's had a baby about 5 months ago and lives 2,000 miles away from me in the West Coast, or calling my son, spending more with him, who lives thousands of miles away on the other coast in Europe. Maybe. So this is what I'm thinking. This headline of the day is encouraging us. Critical ignoring is maybe what we should be doing. Wall Street Journal says 3 or 4 key things. 1, realize that critical thinking has become a liability. Investing critical thinking in sources that should have been ignored in the first place means that attention merchants and malicious actors have been gifted what they wanted all along, our attention. Number 2, remember that your attention is a scarce resource. Hold it precious, our attention. Maybe we should be giving it to less people. Recognize that true enough is dangerous. Thinking, this is true enough, but maybe it's not completely true. So that means we have a more twisted view of reality. And lastly, use the internet against itself. Ask the bots to do research against what they're doing and fact check themselves. That's a game changer move. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. We're going to have Alexandra Nicole just in a few minutes. I'll let you know Alexandra Nicole in. We've got a few more headlines of the day today to rip through, but our flagship topic of the day is that should we be ignoring things more? Should we not be focused on things more and curating more of what we do to prioritize more what we do? Welcome to today's Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. eBay acquires fashion reseller Depop from Etsy for $1.2 billion. Interesting news of the day. So Etsy bought Depop for $1.6 billion. eBay bought it from Etsy for $1.2 billion. So Etsy lost some money. But what's interesting about this is diversification. eBay and Etsy are similar-ish, very different. eBay is probably more like Amazon. But the interesting thing is that how these players are looking and jockeying, how can they shift their markets? How can they add value to what they're doing and still grow? Depop is a clothing retailer of secondhand clothing. eBay sells secondhand goods for the most part. So it's a natural fit for eBay to say, we have all this marketplace of people that are in the market for good secondhand goods. I bought a broken ice maker from eBay because all I wanted was the plastic top, so I could put it on my wife's existing ice maker, and they didn't have parts for it. So I bought a broken ice maker, took the top off, and threw the ice maker away. So eBay is great. So they're saying we already have this market of people on this side. How can we grow our business? Let's sell clothing. And Depop is already a company that has customers. Maybe we can marry the two together. Think about that for your business. How can you have vertical or horizontal alignment in your business? If eBay and Depop and Etsy can play in this game, I bet Doris, Greg, and Alexandria can as well. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Moving forward in our headlines of the day today. Ding, 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 ding. Interesting headline of the day today. Mark Zuckerberg testified in federal court. Basically, the whole aspect of the day today, and I'm curious what Alexandra Nicole has on this in a few minutes, is social media addictive, or was it intentionally done to be addictive or not? I think it has been, based on what we've read, based on that famous movie that came out. Isn't it in the social media company's best interest to keep us hooked? Now, is it bad? Is it like a carcinogen, like nicotine? I don't know the science of that. But I know I like it. I'm glad there's social media. I wouldn't want it to go away. And I think it's up to us to police ourselves. Isn't TV addictive? So I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up because I think sometimes, not that we're too hard on tech companies, like poor them, but I'm careful sometimes to point the finger and blame the other. Careful sometimes to pull back a little bit and say, maybe we shouldn't just finding the boogeyman behind every billion-dollar brand and thinking that everybody's nefarious and everybody's bad. That's what I think, but I'm curious what you think. Hey, everybody, again, welcome to the Rundown of the Day. Danny's already getting in his question of the day. Danny, we're going to get to that. And now we get to have Alexandra answer the question, too, in a minute here. So chew on that. Is social media addictive or is it not? There is some addiction to it, but I don't know if it's worth it for parents to blame the social media company because your child self-harmed themselves. I wonder. I get it. But my personal opinion, I think sometimes we're too quick to go to lawsuits and sue the other when it's really the internal stuff that we as parents need to do as best we can to hug our children, love our children, and realize that the social media companies maybe are just accelerating what's already there. As one who suffered with some nasty inner stuff in my own heart, I can't blame my scrolling for it. I have to really blame myself and my unsettlement of my own soul. Ding, 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 ding. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Wingstop beats Wall Street forecast even as sales slide. Interesting note of the day on this. Wingstop is beating Wall Street forecast. I just thought it was a great headline that, hey, people are loving some chicken wings. Sales are sliding, yes, but the forecast was beat. This means that people like food. Sometimes, everybody, it's the simple things that can make all the difference in what we're doing. Sometimes it's the simple things that can make all the difference. Ding, 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 ding. Few more headlines here. Uber earmarks $100 million toward autonomous charging hubs. Now, this is interesting. And what this means to me, Uber is investing in the future. You can't have autonomous vehicles all over the world if there's no place to charge them autonomously, I guess, at night or when they're not driving. So do you understand this? Uber is going all into building the autonomous vehicle, building the technology that maps them and routes them in the legislative angle and on the insurance and all the stuff they need. But they realize they also need a place to put these cars. They need a place to charge these cars. So I'm assuming they're buying up tons of land, millions of acres all over the country, and building special construction places so the cars can go in and the cars can charge themselves. That's advanced planning. Think about your own business. Think about what I'm doing as I'm growing Genius Talks. We have to prepare for growth. Genius Talks is growing. People are signing up. Are we planning ahead for future growth? Are you doing it or are you not? Welcome to a brand new edition of today's Rundown with Ramon. Our last headline of the day today, Google and Apple are adding new AI music features to key apps. Now, this is something I normally wouldn't report on. But I think it's interesting, again, to see innovation happening right in front of us. Before, Google and Apple would rely on Spotify or their own artists or other people, other music that they'd have to license. But now that they're leveraging AI music, I wonder, is it cheaper and different? Let me read the headline. Google and Apple are releasing new generative AI music tools in their core applications. Google's Gemini app will soon allow users to use the Lyria 3 model to create a 30-second tracks in multiple languages from uploaded texts, photos, and videos, while Apple's Playlist Playground enables users to generate custom playlists based on text descriptions. Both updates aim to integrate artificial intelligence more deeply into tech companies' consumer offerings and position them against emerging competitors, including Spotify and OpenAI. Alexandra, I'd love for you to call in whenever you get a chance. When you call, I'll bring you up. But here's the thing of the day. This is innovation. This is innovation happening right in front of us. And it's a constant reminder to all of us, to Denny, to Doris, to Alexandria, to Malika, to others. Are we innovating, Greg? Are we innovating enough? Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon, reminding you of a few things that are going on with me. Many of you have said, Ramon, I want you to coach me. Ramon, I want you to mentor me. Ramon, I want you to help me. Well, that opportunity is there. I encourage you to check out Ramon Office Hours, a special mentorship, special coaching. Here's Alexandria. Hey, Alexandria, good day, good day, good day. And it happens to be good morning. How are you, Alexandria?
Good morning, my friend. I'm well. How are you?
Alexandria, you are making my day. Man, I've always wanted to call in the show, and I'm still tickled, several shades of chocolate, to have you be able to call in and your brilliance here on the Rundown with Ramon show. Welcome. Good to hear your voice. So, Alexandria, let's dive deep into it. Before we do that, Alexandria, tell the people who you are. Elevate Your Growth, EYGevents.com. Elevate Your Growth is what, serves what, why should we care? And then we're going to dive into some headlines of the day today, Alexandria.
Yeah, so I'm Alexandra Nicole. I'm the founder and head researcher for Elevate Your Growth. And we are a community that celebrates people that are operating in excellence, people that are navigating their own businesses, professional C-suite executives. And we come together, we create spaces for them to meet and exchange ideas and uplift one another all over the globe. So I'm honored to be given that assignment.
I love that. And Denny says this. I'm paraphrasing Alexandria. He says, Ramon, I've never watched a news show, but I love your live show. It's valuable. And I love your new anchor from the south of the USA, Alexandria Nicole. I added that in. He didn't say that, but I added that in.
Happy that you're liking it, Diddy. I'm honored to be here.
Let's go. So, Alexandria, you're going to have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a headline of the day that you already have in mind that you just want to pick apart and dive in with me? Or do you want
Mm-hmm.
me to go through all the headlines and see what you think? You have a choice. We'll see which one you choose.
Well, I really love the conversation about social media being
Let's
addictive, and
do it.
I believe it is addictive. I
Okay.
mean, there's studies that already show that there's dopamine release when we come in contact with some of the aspects of social media that provides. It's like the social validation piece, the FOMO, the viable award. So when you're scrolling your feed and someone likes your comments, your shares, that has been proven to psychologically affect us and how we show up on social media. So I believe that it's 100% was designed to be addictive, and there is some backing to support that that's true.
All right, so let's see. Now the show Alexandra's going to get spicy. You need to buckle up because I like a good fight. So here's what I'm saying, Alexandra. But feel free to correct me, or we can have a little conversation on this. I guess I'm a more, maybe it's the libertarian in me. Okay,
Mhm.
let's go back before social media. Is it, and you may not have the studies in front of me, but just play along what you think, What about TV and radio? Is TV and radio in the similar genre addictive before I go on, or not, or yes, or in the middle? Because I'm leading to something. Would you say TV, radio, Pac-Man, things of this nature that were before social media, video games, etc., is that addictive?
I believe any form of entertainment that captures your attention and inspires some type of feeling, it is going to be addictive, because you're right. It went from radio when people were all gathered around
Mm-hmm.
in the rooms before my time, really. I'm a TV baby.
Right.
They would gather around, they had a specific show at a certain time. They'd be in front of their radios. Then we got the visuals with it. We got television. So it transitioned to everybody watching television, and same thing. You have your favorite show at a specific time. You're engaged. Then it upticked to recordings
Mm-hmm.
when people women were going to work, families were
Mm-hmm.
going to school. So now you're recording everything that it is that you want to show, want to see. And then the social media piece, where it's essentially in our pocket everywhere we go, when we're on the train, when we're in our car, when we're on our lunch break, we're opening up these apps and we're tapping in.
Right. So here's my point, Alexandra. The final point here, and I appreciate this, everybody. The voice you're hearing is Alexandra Nicole, founder of Elevate Your Growth. You can see what Alexandra and her community and her team are building at EYGEvents.com. My name is Ramon Ray, and this is the Rundown with Ramon. My point, Alexandra, I'm just a bit, and if it happened to me, I don't know what I would say. I'd be looking for any source of recourse I could, I'm sure. But I'm just a
Right.
bit cautious. And again, empathy to parents and those who suffered and your child did self-harm and ended their life and all those things. I get that. So empathy towards that for sure. But should we be suing OpenAI because your child is depressed because he lost his AI girlfriend? Should we be suing Mark Zuckerberg because Mark Zuckerberg, my girl was bullied and body shamed? And that's the kind of where I'm leaning. I don't have a perfect answer, but I'm just cautious blaming the tool sometimes, because I know myself as an adult or me as a parent. Would I sue the Pac-Man game because my kid spent hours and didn't do his homework? This is a sillier, easier example. He didn't do his
Right.
homework because he was gaming. I get it. But listen, Henry Ford did the car, the light bulb comes. You need to be as safe as you can. But so I'm a little conflicted, and I get if there's some nefarious way that Mark Zuckerberg and his people, AI and et cetera, are trying to harm us. But these are tools, Alexandra. This is they want to get us on there to have more advertising. I think that's a fair thing they're doing. And I'm just not sure if AKA parents or us or Alexandra Ramon, should I be suing the third party? You made my child stay on there. They were in their room for hours a day. They thought it
Right.
was a real person. I want billions from you. That opens up to me a weird door, but let me turn the final thing on you, then we'll move to some other headlines. That's what I'm trying to get to?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough question to ask, because
Sure.
it's a secondary question of where do we draw the line of personal accountability.
Exactly. No, and see, Alexandra, see how the people coming out, Alexandra, people bothering me now. Malika's like, oh, you were addicted to Pac-Man. Alexandra, did I say that? I did not say I was addicted to Pac-Man. I didn't say that, did I?
Well, I think it's just the ideology. Wherever something is free, you are the product.
I know, but
So
I'm picking on
yeah.
Malika. I did not say I was addicted to Pac-Man. That's my point. She's saying I'm saying I was addicted. I'm not addicted to Pac-Man.
No, I just think it's built with the intention of capturing our attention. And we have to
Yes.
be cognizant of that and make sure that we are intentional with our parenting. We have to understand that these are tools, and however we use them, there has to be some guidelines and
Correct.
some disciplines around those. So yeah, that's a tough question to answer
Yeah.
though.
And Renee jumps in and says, where's the accountability for the parents? And Alexandra, do you have about 5 minutes with me? I want to respect your time. I know you got a certain routine you do in the morning. You got some more time with me today? You got to jump.
You're a part of my routine now,
Oh,
Ramon.
see, now you're making me cry. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's turn to the second headline here. I'm gonna flip through a few headlines. We got eBay. We talked about addiction. We talked about Wingstop. By the way, is
Mhm.
chicken wings for you, Alexandra? Yes or no? Chicken wings.
Love chicken wings, but have to resist them with my personal goals.
Come on. I respect that and love that. All right. Here's something that I think, Alexandria, is right in your wheelhouse. This
Mhm.
aspect of critical ignoring from the Wall Street Journal. I'll recap that for you, for everybody. And again, welcome, Greg. Glad you're here. Let me just read some things to you, Alexandria. Greg Becker, should we overregulate or teach and exercise and be responsible? Me and Alexandria definitely have touched on that. Malika saying she was addicted to Pac-Man. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, you jumped in just in time. The amazing Alexandra Nicole is with us today, joining the rundown with Ramon. Loving this segment as well. And Denny, I will get to your question in momentarily, and then we'll end on that. So, Alexandria, going from the Wall Street Journal headlines, basically, here's what it says. In an age of endless, low quality information, it's
Mhm.
time to fight our instinct to seek out and absorb all we can. It takes practice. Basically, I think it's a rift. We know this word, and you know these things probably a little better than me, critical
Mhm.
thinking and all the things that you know, and you can unpack it, take it where you want to take it. But I think the headline was interesting because I talked about this, Alexandria, that even over the past months and weeks, I'm always refining even my inbox intake because I do like the flood. I love the news. You may have heard me. I can watch CNN, CNBC, Fox Business. I'm a news junkie. But I'm like, you know what? Even though I'm not doom scrolling, kind of which harkens to our earlier conversation, Ramon can watch a C-SPAN for hours. I can watch, so I'll pause there to give you, but my point is, what are your thoughts on this aspect of learning that Wall Street Journal said critical ignoring? It's time for all of us to rethink how much we're consuming, and not the way we talked before, just as professionals, like, you know what, let me ignore this or think carefully before I dive into this. Take that where you want to go, Alexandria.
I think it's our personal responsibility to always be learning and assessing things. I think that critical ignorance, you're essentially choosing to overlook risks and ethical obligations that we as people are responsible of looking into. So it is our duty to be informed. It is our duty to research. I know it's easy. We're living our lives. We're distracted by a lot of various things, but we have to be intentionally pouring in to the things that we are learning about so that we are making more informed decisions. So I don't think that, especially in this era of information.
Yes. Yes, you're right. You're right. And it's a flood, and where everybody can be the next Mr. Beast. I mean, think what I'm doing, right? The Rundown with Ramon show. Who would have thought? There's no big brand behind me. It's me. And what you're doing with Elevate Your Growth, there's no, big brand behind it. It's Alexandria. So to your
Right.
point, the voice you're hearing, everybody, is Alexandria Nicole, founder of EYG Events, Elevate Your Growth. Check out what she's doing at Elevate Your Growth for sure. And reminder, many people are saying, hey, Ramon, can you coach me? Can you mentor me? Can you help me grow my business? Yes, I can. Ramon Office Hours is here. If you want me to grow your business, you want to get more insight like this from Ramon, maybe we'll have Alexandria pop in every now and then. Check out RamonOfficeHours.com for mentorship and coaching for your business. Alexandria, let's end on this. And again, if anything else came to mind, feel free to jump in. But I'm honored to have you here, Alexandria. I know your time is intentional, so I love it. Denny Rust asked this question. I haven't even read it fully yet. It's hard to read it in the small print, but it's on the screen. So here it goes. And I'll turn to you first, Alexandria. Denny
Mhm.
says, what was a season in your entrepreneurial journey where you doubted yourself? And what decision did you make that changed everything? Again, I'll read it again. Great question. As we ask these questions, as I want you all to answer these for yourself, think about this for yourself. Yes, Alexandra and I will share perspective, but these questions are also for yourself. What was a season in your entrepreneurial journey where you doubted yourself? And what decision, Alexandra, did you make that changed everything? Anything you have for Denny and your own journey that will help all of us, Alexandria?
Yes, Denny, that's such a great question. So early in my entrepreneurial journey, I 100% doubted myself. There was a point where I had a major client. It was the first six-figure client, and I questioned whether I would be able to take on the obligations that came along with the contract. And, in that season, it was tough, but what it forced me to do was reassess my strengths and to focus on what was most important in the business, which is to serve with excellence and offer clarity and impact in what it was that we were doing and essentially what we're doing today. So I took that as an opportunity to refine strategies, to hire the right people, strengthen the support network, right? And really double down on building systems that could scale, because it's easy to get from one level to the next, but in order for it to be sustainable, we have to have systems in place. So looking back, that season was riddled with doubt, but it was also a great turning point that shaped my confidence and ultimately made me a resilient leader.
Alexandra, I love that. Anything else you wanted to share today, Alexandra? Anything you got upcoming? Anything you wanted to share before we depart and I get ready to land the proverbial plane of the rundown with Ramon? But it's just been an honor to have you call in. I've always, literally, Alexandra, as I shared before, I'll just say it again. I'm figuring out how I want this show, but I love this format of Ramon opening up for about 13 to 14 minutes, kind of the headline of the day, the key thing of the day, and then having a person call in or video, but calling is great. It works great. This is what radio's about. Breakfast Club does it, right? You don't see the people calling in, but it works well. So you are part of making a dream come true that I've wanted, Alexandra Nicole with EYGEvents.com. But I'll give you the last word before we get ready to shut down the rundown with Ramon.
Well, Ramon, you are absolutely incredible, and you're a part of making my dreams come true. I'm so honored to know you. And what do you guys think that's listening? Do you think that he should open it up and let everybody call in? I think everybody should call in to ask a question so we can highlight multiple businesses, not just Elevate Your Growth, not just me.
Well, I'm gonna step in here, man. I'm gonna step in here, man. Now. And by the way, Alexandria, do you know Marcus Black, Alexandria?
No, I don't think so.
Alexandria, Marcus Black is one of my top favorite humans. Really, our hearts are aligned. I have him on the screen. I'm going to introduce you both. Marcus, meet Alexandria. Alexandria, meet Marcus. All y'all good. Malika, you're good. Danny, you're good. I just have I'm biased. So Marcus Black, just his eloquence, how he talks. He's a student of Trent Shelton, a student of Les Brown and others. So I will introduce you. Remind me, Alexandria, but Marcus Black, and he's on BWC often too. So I just wanted to shout him out. He's just good people. So, Alexandria, you were saying, should others call in? Continue on. Forgive me. Continue on.
Yeah, I have to come in with my question of the day.
Let's do it. Wonderful.
So what does stewardship demand that control resists, in your opinion?
And ask the question one more time. What does stewardship demand? Just ask the full question again.
What does stewardship demand that control resists?
Wow, that control resists.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Alexandria, what do you go to find the hardest question of the day? Like by the time 2030 comes along, I'm gonna be like a Harvard degree in Alexandrianism. Here's the thing, Alexandria. And it's amazing, Alexandria. I always have an answer for you.
I love it.
All right.
You absolutely do.
This is very, very personal. I probably I'd be careful how I share it publicly, but I'm going to share it. And I don't know if it's answering it, but I'm going to share what comes to my mind. I'm a knee-jerk person. That's just what I like, shows like this. That's where I thrive. I love just answering, put my foot in my mouth. So here it is. I have a private community in my church community, Alexandria. It's on WhatsApp. It's private. Nobody here is in it. Nobody knows about it except for my church community. There's about 1,000 people in there, which is big for me. Big, huge on WhatsApp. Only on WhatsApp. I do a daily post. I've fasted. I've stopped posting on there because I got some feedback. Maybe it's too much. Maybe I'm sharing too many personal things. Maybe it's just it's too much. So I paused, Alexandria. And I'm glad I paused because the fact that I paused and I can't wait to see what thread you pull from this made me know that I don't have to do it, that I was willing to let it go, that I was able to be contemplative. You get what I mean? That I'm going to tell you the end of the story in a minute, but the fact that I could pause, I think was good. So I paused. And now that I'm not doing it, I've loosened the control. If I'm picking up what you asked me, right? I've stopped doing it. Nobody knows it yet, but I think I'm called to do it. I think I'm going to go back. But I'm glad the fact that I listened to others. I listened to those I respect. I said, great, let me pause. Let me stop because it's a church. It's our little community. And I want to make sure I uplift. Here I can be entertaining, whatever. I mean, it's the same thing, but church is a little different. Right. And so I paused, Nicole and Alexandria, excuse me. So does that mean anything to you? Let me just stop there because I know you're very intuitive and you get things easily. Is that helpful? What I said? Can you help interpret what I'm trying to say? Even does that make any sense?
A
Okay.
100%. You're saying that you release the need to be in control of this outlet to be able to empower other people. It was less about the vision and more about the outcome. So when
Mm.
you surrendered and you allowed yourself to be present with taking a pause, it's less about trying to force something and more about you showing up in your authentic synergy so that you can add value. I love that. That's so good.
Yes, and I'm glad I paused, Alexandria, because sometimes we think that we have to stop doing something, but I feel
Mhm.
I feel empowered that I stop. You know what I mean? It's like that person who's doing something. You're like, let me test it, like a young person, and they're like, okay, Miss Alexandria, I don't have to speak again. The fact that they're willing to say stop and pause, I think it
Mhm.
means this may be the right person for us. So,
Yeah.
but what does that mean to you, Alexandra? Unpack the question you asked me, just for all of us here. Unpack that, and I'll let you. Maybe this is a great place to end on this. Unpack what that
Sure.
means for you and for all of us. How should we be thinking about this today?
Yeah. So I operate in stewardship.
Mm,
I think that it requires us to be introspective and to have accountability and intentionality in our evolving and our leadership journeys so that we can best serve others in a way that I believe that that's what control resists is that element of looking within to
mm.
best serve others. So when I think of them in terms of visuals, I think of stewardship with an open hand and control with a closed fist.
Ooh, Alexandra, I love this, and I wish there was an easy way to have you host this on Friday. On Monday, I'll be away all of next week. Most of next week, I'll be away tomorrow, going to our mutual event. I don't know if you'll be there, but you know the people we know, Creative Con. By Alexandra Nicole, Elevate Your Growth, EYGEvents.com. Thank you, Queen, for being with me today. I appreciate that. I release you back to your day, Alexandria.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
dear. I'm going to hang up now. Thank you, Alexandra. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye. Everybody, that was my friend Alexandra Nicole. Just what a blessing to have her join us live. Wow, wow, wow. That was amazing. And my day is triple made. Malika, love having you here, Malika. Greg, thanks for being here for a minute. Thanks for being here, Denny. Thanks for all of you. And again, Marcus Black, just one of the top amazing humans in the world. Just love how he shares, love his storytelling, his journey. Marcus, I was hearing your story about the car story, man, with the ice. You had me, brother. I was mesmerized. I was with you. So glad you're here. But everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon show. Glad you're here. We have so many people who are watching this on demand afterwards and our podcast and more. Glad you're here with us. I'll be in Chicago at Creative Con. You want to check that event out. I'll be in Arkansas at the Scale with Stability Summit. I'll be hosting Social Media Marketing World. I will be a Black Tech Week. Listen, you want to sign up to our email newsletter on zoneofgenius.com. You do not want to miss out. Zoneofgenius.com, our email newsletter. Don't miss out on that. Sign up on that. Few more things I'll say. If you want to get more in the Ramon Ray world, we got our Genius Talks event series lined up. See that at geniustalksevents.com. Let me edit that typo right there live. Geniustalksevents.com, a brand new series you don't want to miss out. Geniustalksevents.com. We got our first event coming in New York City. It's almost sold out. This fall, we'll be hosting the Genius Awards, zoneofgeniusawards.com, zoneofgeniusawards.com. And last but not least, many of you are saying, Ramon, can you mentor me? Can you coach me? Can you help me? Yes, I can. I have office hours at RamonOfficeHours.com, RamonOfficeHours.com. You want to check that out. Join me and many others who are joining in to get coaching and mentorship to take their business to the next level with Ramon. Denny's in there, Malika's in there, and many others are in there. Listen, everybody, it's been a minute. Wow, we've been going for 33 minutes. What a show it's been. Oh, my camera has a little shake to it. Yeah, because I'm pounding the table, Denny. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. God bless you all. Wow, what a show it's been.